Good morning, darlings. Darlings? Ooh, I kind of like that. I'll start calling you darlings now. You're all my darling. It is early. It is before work. I have about an hour to do this. I'm going to do a rapid fire tag. Thanks, Emily Reads Books, for tagging me. This is the 20 bookish questions. It's like 20 questions, but instead of dating people, we're dating books. It's great. Yes, I am wearing an ABBA shirt because ABBA is my life. Because I am a stereotypical bisexual, okay? Don't at me. Let's get into it. First, though, if you're new here, my name is Logan, and this is the Book Boy. I'm a chaotic bisexual. I read books. Let's get into it. Rapid fire, here we go. How many books are too many in a series? That wholly depends, because I have read like 6-book series before. I also love a good one-off. Oh my god, I love a good one-off. I'm not big on sequels. However, I'm currently in the middle of the Raven Cycle trilogy, or not trilogy, there's 4 of those. I don't know, 4 of them. I'm reading the Raven Cycle books. I'm almost done. I promise I'll have that video up to you guys soon. It's pretty good. I'm in love with it. It's a good time. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, and number 2, cliffhangers. Love them. Oh my god. My favorite way to end a book is a cliffhanger, especially if it's a one-off. Because like most people are always like, I want to know what happens. I hate that they didn't tell it. I don't want to know what happens. I enjoy the idea that characters have their own lives after we're done with them, and we don't need to know what's going on with that, because it's not our business. Question 3. Harder paperback. You guys, I have the weirdest shorthand on these. Hardcover paperback. Obviously paperback. They're tiny, they're bendable, I can carry them in my purse to work. Number 4, favorite book. That is a loaded question, because there are many. Currently, my favorite book is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara, because I have never connected to someone more than Willem and Jude. So good. Read it. I recommend that book on the daily. Number 5, least favorite book. Another loaded question. It's hard for me to not like a book, and I really don't remember them because I don't like to focus on the negatives. I don't like to focus on the negatives. The June Boys by Court Stevens was the most book that I didn't really, like the most recent book that I didn't really enjoy, but it still wasn't bad. I still finished it. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's whatever. Yeah, we'll keep going. Love triangles. You know, I'll do a love triangle. I like a love triangle sometimes. I mean, if it's good. If it's bad, you're just like, you're all in love with the same person. One of you needs to get a life and realize that there are other things besides high school, like a career. He says as he fully is doing nothing career-wise. Love is great. I love books about love, but I also like books about other things. So yeah, I can take it or leave it. Most recent DNF would be, yeah, I have no idea who that book is by. I will link it. I'm not gonna link it below. But The Room is, now, I love the concept of it, and I am sure that if I watch the movie, I will love the movie, and I'm sure if I was, like, being forced to read it for something, I could get through it. But just right now, in the current state of the world, I have problems reading a book about a person that is shut in one room. And I also had a huge, it's up there. The Room by Emma Donoghue. There we go. Which is called Room, not The Room. Anyway, I didn't like the way that the main character was written as a child. This is a pet peeve of mine. I hate it when authors write children that would talk like this, and would talk like this, and have a little baby talk, and don't do things, and just don't understand the way that the world is. Because children are very intelligent beings. Having grown up with multiple children around me because the family is large, children are very intelligent beings from a very young age. They know what's going on. Don't insult them like that. They may not have large vocabularies yet, although some of them do. My little brother's favorite word when he was 2 was fettuccine. Thank you very much. It was so cute. He used to smile. That's how we used to get him to smile for pictures. Anyway, This is why I didn't like it. We need to write better children in books. We need to write better children in books. That's really all it is. What are you reading right now? I'm reading the Raven Cycle. I love it. It's so good. I'm almost done with it. As soon as I'm done with the Raven Cycle, I'm jumping into spooky season because it's already halfway through spooky season. And I always read murder mysteries. Like, spooky season should be my shit. And I haven't reviewed a single spooky thing yet this month, so let's do it. Next question. Last book I recommended, I think, was The Raven Cycle to somebody. I'm pretty sure I was like, this book is so good. It's got tarot cards in it. You read tarot cards. Let's do it. It's either that or I was peer pressuring someone into reading Wonder Woman because I always... That's honestly like one of my hobbies and should be on my resume. Favorite author? Oh God, I don't know. Hanya Yanagihara is great. I love Gillian Flynn. Love Gillian Flynn. I like certain Stephen Kings. Michael Cunningham wrote The Hours. One of my favorite books I've ever read. There you go. Buy or borrow books. I am a habitual borrower. I am in love with the Los Angeles Public Library, but right now it's very difficult to get the Los Angeles Public Library because of the state of the world and the fact that a lot of businesses are closed right now and you can't go indoors. So I have been buying a lot of books. I love buying books. The thing is, I have a shopping addiction, so I try not to do it too often, otherwise I could come home with a shit ton of books. And that's where my shopping addiction comes in, because I own almost no clothes, if you can't tell by the fact that I already repeat outfits on this channel. But I own a lot of books. A lot of books. So we're trying to get into borrowing, because I love borrowing. Anyway. I skipped number 10. Oldest book by publication date that I've ever read. God, does Shakespeare count? Because I've read a lot of Shakespeare in college. If Shakespeare doesn't count, then I have a lot of Jane Austen on my shelf that I brought home. Yeah, let's say Jane Austen. I don't know, Pride and Prejudice, if you're feeling nasty. Most recent book by publication date. You guys, I'm doing this out of order. I didn't mean to. It always happens when I do these tags. I can't stay organized. I am a chaotic bisexual. Most recent book by publication date. I think this was written this year. Let me check. This Is How It Always Is by Laurie Frankel, which I have not read yet, and I'm really excited to read. I'm pretty sure it was released this year, or it might have been released last year. Either way, she's pretty fresh, she's pretty new. I'm excited about it. A book that I don't like that others love. Oh God, that's a question. Okay, let's go horror here. So, we all know that I enjoy a good Stephen King book, even though I don't like the way he writes his characters. I don't like the book It. I think it's far too long. It's very long-winded. The ending just loses me. As soon as we've got sentient turtles that are older than the universe or whatever the hell, I'm just like, why? This was about a scary alien clown creature, and now we're talking about turtles and giant spiders. This is so dumb. Go back to bed, Stephen. I much prefer books like The Shining. Oh, what does that say? Bookmark or dog ear? Dog ear, obviously. It makes it look loved. A book I want to reread. I actually am rereading A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara for the gay book club that I am currently a part of. And I'm super excited too, because it'll be my third time reading the book. I love this book so much. I find new things about it every time I read it, and it's going to be great. Do I listen to music while I read? I do. Specifically, like 90s alternative rock. I don't know why. Like, most people are like listening to Bach or Mozart or like The Sound of Rain or things like that. I don't know. And I'm literally listening to like 90s and early 2000s. Like, I'm sitting here reading like Call Me By Your Name While You Found Me by The Fray is playing in the background. I'm not kidding, you guys. Anyway, one point of view. Do I prefer one point of view or many? Actually, I don't care as long as it's used well. If it's one point of view, it better be a damn interesting character. But I can get through it if it's one point of view and it's a damn interesting character. If it's 2 points of view or 3 points of view, they all better be damn interesting and distinct. That way I don't confuse them. One of my favorite authors, Mary Higgins Clark, does this thing where she writes serial killer books, and one character is always the serial killer, and one character, and they're unnamed, and it's so creepy, and the other character is always the victim, and it is so good, and such a just beautifully well used writing device, and I love it. You guys, I can't read my handwriting. This is why I should type my tag questions out before I do them, but I don't. Do I read books in one or more sittings? Depends. I can be a one-sitting type of person, and I like being a one-sitting type of person when I have the time, but I don't always have the time. And currently, I have been in the process of moving, and I had to go home for 2 weeks for a family thing. And then now I'm like working all the time to try and get that money back. Therefore, I have become a multiple-sitting kind of queen. And number 12, you guys. I got to number 19, question 19, and then instead of writing question 20, I wrote question 12. Tag people. I'm gonna do just like my friend Emily at Emily Reads Books, who tagged me. I'm going to put a little time card here that will tag everyone that I'm tagging. Anyway, that's it. Love the rapid fire. I think that is the most focused video I have ever done. What do you think, guys? And thanks for sticking around and helping out. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment below, all the YouTube stuffs so that you can see my videos whenever I decide to post them. Anyway, I'm gonna go to work. This has been the Book Boy, and I am saying bye.